Welcome back. A new PBS Frontline documentary on one of the most high-profile members of the Trump administration, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., premieres tonight. Here's a preview.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. faced bipartisan backlash and turmoil rocking the CDC. His goal will be to make America healthy again.
Senator Kennedy has been shot.
This is an inescapable trauma.
He's pushing back against people who've told him he's a fraud.
They're not playing by the rules. They're not using gold standard science. They're not using evidence.
He's the most famous Kennedy in America right now.
The film's director, co-writer, and co-producer, Michael Kirk, joins me now. Michael, always great to have you on the show. Congratulations on this work. One of the themes that came through the documentary, which I watched today, is addiction. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has had many addictions in his life, some more harmful than others, but they seem to be a through line.
It's a lifetime of what one psychiatrist we talked to off the record, who watched the film and talked to us about it, said, I can't diagnose, I don't have him in the chair, but I can tell you I can see adolescent trauma, massive adolescent trauma, and the results of that. And Kennedy himself, Secretary Kennedy himself acknowledges these things. His heroin addiction, speedballs, cocaine and heroin mixture for 14 years, and addiction to sexual activity that was notorious, and a journal that was released that just detailed shocking evidence, an addiction that his closest friends talk about to conspiracies and to adulation, the spotlight. This is a guy who since, and in a way, you can kind of understand it when you go as deep as we went. At 8, his uncle dies, assassinated. At 14, his dad, his beloved dad, he was as close to his dad as anybody he's ever been close to, assassinated. And no grieving, no therapy, no anything, sent off to boarding school. And from there on, it's been a real up and down ride for Robert Kennedy Jr.
And the coronavirus, the reaction to him and his hostility to vaccines all became galvanizing moments for him to come back into the spotlight, go around the so-called established media, find a podcast landing place, and then become part of MAHA. And the next thing you know, he's running HHS.
Well, the amazing thing about the COVID was it was his ticket to ride. It was his golden moment. It was, as one person in the film says, it was a godsend because he had been so anti-vaccine and pilloried for it, and just literally shunned by people in Los Angeles where he lived and other places. He'd lost his income. He was doing web stuff, but he wasn't really hitting any bright spots with anybody. COVID comes along and bang. There he is, and until Biden is elected and encourages Facebook to shut him down and shut others down, make that list of people who are filled with misinformation out there, Bobby was on a real roll. He runs for president, much to my surprise. Why? Because he wants to get reestablished on social media, and he does. That's an odd reason to run for president, but it was what he did and what he had to do to get his message out. And that moment, and Trump's assassination, the attempt of assassination on Trump, are the two key moments in Bobby Kennedy's most recent years where he rides the rocket back up again, and that's where he is right now.
And 15 seconds, Michael, what else do you want people to know about this? I know that's a hard thing to do, but I got 15 seconds left.
A nearly $2 trillion budget and the lives and health of hundreds of millions of people around the world. Pay attention to the film tonight. Maybe they'll introduce you to the guy who's in charge of all of that.
Michael Kirk, well done with 15 seconds, sir. You're a documentarian and a 15-seconder. That's great stuff. Michael Kirk.